What is up, guys? Welcome to Between the Pylons. I'm your host, John Camacho. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Guys, today we are talking about DeAndre Swift, running back out of Georgia. I'm gonna do kind of a deep dive on his profile. Before I do that, I did want to talk to you guys about, kind of my unique way of grading prospects. I do my best to incorporate all the information I can. I try to grade a prospect on every skill that is important to the position he has, and every single position is different. I then break that position down into a couple different subcategories, and then give a grade, or I have an algorithm that gives me a grade based on the skills that I entered in on. Based on my film study. It does also incorporate some statistics, different things like that, that I incorporate into that final number. So I'm doing this, and at the end of the video, I will show the final number, or the final grade. It's not going to be the final grade. I'm not going to have that out until really the combine is there, and then I'll do like a whole long video on that at a later point, comparing Swift and all the other running backs in this class. And obviously, if you know anything about this class, you know that it's a stacked running back class. But for now, we're going to just focus on DeAndre Swift and just focus on the more important skills that I graded. And we'll pull up a flow chart in a second talking about that. First, a little bit of backstory. DeAndre Swift, 5-star athlete. He was the number 4 running back coming out of high school in Pennsylvania. This is a guy who played in all 15 games as a freshman, which is pretty impressive. In 2018, he rushed for over 1,000 yards on 163 carries, which is impressive in itself. Add that to the fact that he had 2 running backs that would go on to be drafted inside the top 22 on that same team, and he was able to carve out 163 touches. Incredible. Truly incredible. Young talent. And then this year was his true coming out party, although we all knew about DeAndre Swift, don't get me wrong. I personally blame DeAndre Swift for why I missed so hard on Nick Chubb, because every time I watched the Georgia film, I was like, oh shit, this guy, the Swift kid, I like him a lot more than I like this guy. I didn't miss on Sony Michel, though. I was dead on that, just saying. Anyway. That's the point. And then this year, obviously, first team all SEC, had a great season. Obviously, Georgia didn't end up where they wanted to, but that's, again, beside the point. Let's get to the flowchart. So this is DeAndre Swift's chart. These are the main skills that I've graded him on. Really, really good. I mean, really good. Ability in the open field, 7.7. That's on the elite side of things. My basic rule, 7.5 to 9 is an elite level. Love his acceleration and burst. I mean, I absolutely love it. That's on the incredibly high end level. Almost as I'm recording this, like, that seems really high. But out of 9, that's about as high as you can get. Same for pass catching. I mean, dude is made to catch the ball out of the backfield. He's so fluid, so great as a running back. You love to see it. What's really cool about this is his power is really high for the type of running back that I feel like he might get viewed as. He might get viewed as truly just a scat back, and I don't see that. I see an all-around back that can kind of do it all. He's not going to get brought down by arm tackles. He is going to finish the runs. He's going to do everything you want out of a power back. He's going to run between the tackles really well, and he's going to challenge linebackers and safeties, I feel like, consistently. Patience is a little bit lower. That's kind of average on my scale. 5, of course, that's average. I didn't see anything bad. There were a couple times on film where I'm like, maybe different. Would have liked to see, but we'll get into that as well. Love his vision. Love his agility. Love his pad level. This is a guy who I am incredibly excited for. He's honestly the only big negative is his pass protection here. And yeah, I mean, he went for the legs a bunch of time. I actually am not going to show that in this video. It's just one of those things. Yeah, running backs rarely have great pass protections. I found maybe I judge too harshly or whatever it is, but yeah, I was a little disappointed there. Again, that's one thing out of a lot of really, really great things. We're talking about a guy who is on, in the elite category for running backs, in my opinion. All right, so this is the first clip I want to show here. Playing Notre Dame, big game early on in the season. See, Swift gets the easy handoff. Right here is able to make this guy miss right in the backfield. DeAndre Swift is so good in a phone booth. He is so slippery. He has that just Alvin Kamara-like ability to just make you miss, and it just looks like he rubbed butter all over his body and no one can touch him. 1, 2, 3. 3 guys bring him down, and then he's able to power through. Oh, I went fast. And then he's able to power through for an extra yard. This is a play that could have been a 1-yard loss had it been just an average running back. Right there. Could have gotten caught at the line of scrimmage. Could have been a 1-yard gain. No. Could have been a 3-yard gain. No. Makes 3 guys miss. Slippery power into the backfield. Absolutely love it. That's probably one of my favorite plays from running back. I just love seeing. I'm gonna play it all the way through. I love seeing a guy who just has that innate ability. Sorry, I didn't play it all the way through. Has that innate ability to make people miss. That's not something you can teach anybody. Like I can't go out in the yard and teach you how to do that. He can't go out in the yard and teach you how to do that. It's just something you have or you don't. He obviously has it. So I will go to the next play here. Is actually the next play. Perfect. So right here, really love this play. Very simple play, and I do get that. I try to show plays that, like, I cherry pick plays that to me are unique in the subtleties of it. I don't feel like it's that. I don't feel like going to his highlight reel and showing you a couple of plays from there. That's just not my thing. So right here, you see it has the hole. I do really like his patience here to let it develop just for a second, let his blocks fully develop, and then burst down the backfield, and then make the safety. I'm assuming he was a safety. Make the safety hurt and run over him and get the extra 3-4 yards. Love to see that. We're going to go back here. Oh, goodness. So you see the subtle stop. He kind of completely sets his feet, waits for the blocks to develop, bursts upfield in those long strides, and then just initiates contact down the field. Love it. That's another one that I'm a huge fan of. That's the little stuff. That's the things that you're going to see play in and play out for DeAndre Swift. That's his bread and butter. That's what he does, and that's why. I mean, he's a borderline first-round pick, and the only reason it's borderline is because running backs don't go in the first round. That's the only reason. I am going to show you one thing that I'm not a fan of from him. I kind of shudder to show this because I don't want it to seem like I'm a DeAndre Swift hater. But this is something that kind of bothered me a little bit, and I'm going to show you guys, and hopefully you disagree with me. Hopefully you think this isn't as bad as I do. But kind of has this outside run, and right here it looks like he has a lot of room. Like I see a lot of room. I see one jump cut, and he has the speed to beat these guys. I think he can take it to the house, right? Well, for whatever reason, instead of doing that one jump cut that I expected, he kind of has to slow down, collect himself, and then gets caught from behind for a modest 7-8 yards, whatever it was. And I'm not mad about the yards or whatever. Well, first and 20 yet. It really bothers me. Just right here. 1 cut, 2 cuts. It has to slow all the way down. This is a play, this is obviously in a vacuum. You don't see a lot of plays like this from DeAndre Swift. I will say that. But right there, I didn't love it. That was just a couple different plays that I think shows his unique abilities. One thing that I didn't put in there, and I guess it's on me, as I was kind of cutting those together, I put in like 7 or 8 of different clips that I thought I might use, and then brought that down to the 4 that I ended up using. I didn't put in any pass catching, and that's a huge part of his game, and that's on me. I absolutely should have put that in. I didn't. Is what it is. He is really, really good at the backfield. He is really, really good in space. That one, the last clip that I did show, I didn't love it. I was a little, surprised, I guess is the right word, that he wasn't able to cut that upfield. But that's one play. It's not a huge deal. It's just something I saw. It's something to think about as you're watching him play at the next level. This dude's going to be a baller. As far as what I think he can be at the next level, I mean, I kind of already said, I think he's Alvin Kamara. That's what I see. I see a guy who is, I mean, he has a great combination of speed and power. He has a great combination of make you miss ability and the ability to run between the tackles. He's so good in the phone booth, one-on-one. There's nobody out there that's gonna beat him. Final grade here, DeAndre Swift. The final Wawa score was 6.92. That is really, really good. I obviously, like I said at the beginning of the video, I can't really compare that to every other running back in this class, and nor do I want to at this point. I will say that would have been probably the second best grade that I gave last year. Again, very different. I'm just talking about this main grade, which is the closest to what I was doing last year. The only person ahead of last year would have been Josh Jacobs. As far as his Wawa, the more in-depth look, his scat back score was obviously going to be higher, an elite scat back running back. The interesting thing is he does still have good power grade as well. While it is the lowest of the 3, that's still really good. That's still better than a lot of just power backs, true power backs that in this class. So I love this kid. I think he's one of the top running backs in the class, and I think he's going to have a very, very, very bright future in the NFL. As far as where I'd like to see him go, obviously, I could name a lot of different teams that could use him and I think would use him. I'd love to see him in that, Rams type of offense that can run between the tackles very well and also use him out of the backfield in unique ways. I think he would fit very well there as kind of a bigger, fast guy. Obviously, that would mean he's taking over for Todd Gurley, who also went to Georgia. And I promise that connection was made far after I wrote down Rams. I just think that'd be a good fit. So there you go. All right, guys, that is it. Thank you so much for watching this video about DeAndre Swift. Check back on the channel for more videos. Please leave a like and subscribe. It helps me out so much. I really appreciate it. Really just trying to grow this channel. You can follow me on Twitter at Between the Pylons. I have all my socials linked down below. I'm really bad at social media, so I truly appreciate the follow. Twitter's the only one that I'm like kind of good at. So if you're on Twitter and you want another good sports guy to follow, I'm your guy. Anyway, thanks as always. Check back soon for another video. Bye, guys.